Our story today is called The Great Flibbly Dee of Shibble, Shire. It is not a happy story. It is a story about bread, hot dogs, divine ownership, child labor, and one tired man named Mr. Zactia. Suffer, who kept insisting he was the victim, even though most of the problems had his handwriting somewhere near the bottom. Mr. Suffer woke up inside a flour sack behind Bo's bakery. This was not the worst place he had ever slept. It was not even the worst sack. Pinned to his shirt was a note written in icing. It said, "Suffer, stop asking questions. Also, you owe me 37 loaves." It was signed by Boaz. Boaz was the baker of breads and, more importantly, a master social engineer. He could make a man sign away his house by offering him a warm roll and saying, "Just initial there, mate." Next door stood Koala's bakery. Koala was a baker, too, technically, though nobody liked saying what kind. He was also a master dancer, an explosives expert, and the owner of the Shibble Shire coal mines, which were located directly underneath his kitchen for reasons he called vertical integration. Across the square stood Neff's blacksmith shop. Neff made swords, horseshoes, hinges, and excuses. He was a blacksmith by trade and a thief in his free time because he believed stealing was healthier when it was a hobby. Mr. Suffer crawled out of the flour sack and said, "I can already smell paperwork." The tavern doors burst open. Reese's Stumps and Battle Mario ran outside. They were brothers who worked in the rusted ladle, and they overheard gossip the way other men breathed. Grass Stumps carried mugs. Battle Mario carried a chair because he trusted wood more than people. "Suffer," said Grace Stumps. "The gods are arguing." "Let them," said Mr. Suffer. "It's about Bun Blasters." Mr. Suffer stopped. Bun Blasters was the hot dog shop at the edge of the village. It had once belonged to Pool Boy, the greatest hot dog expert alive. Pool Boy could identify mustard by scent, judge a bun by sound, and once stared at a sausage so hard it apologized, but Boaz had swindled him out of it with a basket of bread and a contract written in cheerful ink. Now Pool Boy had no rights, not grill rights, not relish rights, not even sad standing outside rights technically, but nobody had the heart to enforce that one. Above the village the clouds opened. Doll Guy descended in blue light. Norm descended in gold light. Both were gods, both were powerful, both looked like they had never paid for anything in exact change. "Doll," Guy declared. "Bun Blasters belongs to heaven," Norm declared. "Bun Blasters belongs to balance." Then the sky turned red and EDG arrived. EDG was the devil, an unholy powerful god, a being so dangerous that even shadows tried to stand behind him. He landed in the square and said, "Bun Blasters belongs to me." Mr. Suffer looked at Battle Mario. "Why does hell want a hot dog shop?" Battle Mario adjusted his chair. "Probably foot traffic." Before Mr. Suffer could walk into the river and become a local legend, Koala danced out of his bakery. He wore tap shoes, a flowery apron, and a coal walls helmet with a candle on it. "Nobody takes Bun Blasters today," said Koala. He spun once, bowed, and pulled a small bomb out of a dinner roll. Mr. Suffer stared at it. "Why does the bread tick?" "Freshness," said Koala. The bomb popped behind EDG in a cloud of purple smoke. It did not hurt him. It only made him smell like cinnamon and legal defeat. Neff came next, carrying a hammer, 3 stolen spoons, and a crank. "I forged this hammer myself," said Neff. Mr. Suffer pointed at the crown. "And that found it!" "On whose head?" "A moving shelf." Bose stepped out last, calm and smiling, which meant somebody was already ruined. Pool Boy followed him with red eyes and a hot dog fork. "Give me back Bun Blasters," said Poolboy. Bose smiled wider. Legally, I cannot hear grief. I'm 6 feet away. Spiritually, very distant. As when Baby Dibbles crawled out of the tavern window in the soup pot. Buzz, said Baby Dibbles. Every god went silent. Nobody knew what Baby Dibbles was. Baby Dibbles was just Baby Dibbles. That was usually enough. Then little Thomas arrived from the coal road. He was Mr. Suffer's bastard child, sent to the mines so young that the village had to invent a smaller shovel and pretend it was a kindness. He was covered in soot. His lunch pail was empty. Father, said little Thomas. Mr. Suffer's face changed. Not into guilt, not exactly. More like a man noticing a bill he had hoped would expire. The mine boss says I can work double shift, said Thomas. Koala raised one hand proudly. That was me. And he says it builds character, said Thomas. Mr. Suffer took the lunch pail, looked inside, and handed it back. It builds posture. Even EDG looked uncomfortable. Little Thomas waited for something fatherly to happen. Nothing did. Mr. Suffer turned to the square. Nobody is stealing the hot dog shop today. Nobody is busting the buns without washing their hands. And nobody is talking to me about parenting before breakfast. Doll Guy frowned. Norm frowned more wisely. EDG raised one burning finger. Mr. Suffer pointed at him. No. EDG lowered it. Mr. Suffer began handing out judgment like a man trying to end the day without becoming better. Poolboy gets operational rights to bun blasters. Poolboy gasped like someone had put air back into his life. Bose keeps bread distribution because if I give him nothing, he will become paperwork with legs. Bose nodded. Correct. Neff forges the new sign and returns the crown. Neff sighed like morality had personally insulted him. Koala handles opening night entertainment. Koala smiled. And stops putting children in mines before sunrise. Koala's smile weakened. After sunrise? Mr. Suffer looked at little Thomas. Little Thomas looked back. There was a doorway there for 1 second of chance. Mr. Suffer could have opened it. Instead, he looked away. We'll discuss it. Little Thomas nodded, because children learn very early what we'll discuss it means when adults are cowards. Mr. Suffer looked up at Doll, Guy, and Norm. You two may bless the buns, Norm said. A reasonable compromise. Doll Guy said, I wanted thunder. You always want thunder, said Mr. Suffer. Then he faced EDG. And you get a coupon. The square became quiet enough to hear Bose calculating margins. EDG whispered, Hey, coupon. 13% off, said Mr. Suffer. 1 per visit cannot be combined with divine wrath, curses, or emotional blackmail. Make it 15. 12 is at 13. Now you're negotiating with a bad father in a flour sack. EDG considered that and nodded. 13! The devil vanished in black smoke, defeated by retail policy. The gods drifted upward, arguing about decorated sesame seeds. Neff returned the crown to the mayor, who pretended he had lent it. Poolboy reopened bun blasters with tears in his eyes and mustard on his sleeve. Boa sold the buns through a side window labeled partnership, which was just ownership, wearing a clean shirt. Koala danced so hard that 3 chickens forgot they were birds. Then, during the ribbon cutting, Koala leaned down to little Thomas and handed him a tiny helmet. Night shift starts after the blessing. Mr. Suffer heard it. He absolutely heard it. He stared at the grill, then at the sky, then at the flower on his sleeve. He said nothing. Little Thomas put on the helmet. It fit perfectly, which somehow made it worse. For 8 full seconds, Mr. Suffer knew peace. Then Baby Dibbles slid off the tavern roof inside the soup pot. hit the new bun blasters sign and knocked it face first into the mud. Bah, said Baby Dibbles that night. The new contract was written. No gods, devils, thieves, dancers, babies, blacksmiths, tavern brothers, bread bakers, hot dog experts, mine bosses, or emotionally exhausted narrators may alter Bun Blaster's ownership after midnight. Unless Baby Dibbles says bah, then all bets are off, and underneath Shibble Shire, Lil Thomas swung a tiny pickaxe in the dark while Koala tap danced above him on the bakery floor. Mr. Suffolk crawled back into the flour sack, not because he was safe there, because flour does not ask questions, and because sometimes a man would rather be uncomfortable than honest.